So today I want to talk about video games, specifically being a girl liking video games. So, let's say you're walking somewhere, la 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 la, and then there's a video game store, and you go, oh cool, well, let's see if there's a new game I want to check out. You go into the video store or video game store, like GameStop or something, and all the nerdy guys are going, oh, girl, and you're like, no, I don't, and then all of a sudden it's, what games do you play? What games do you play? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Do you play these kinds of games? Do you play these kinds of games? Do you play shoot 'em up games, or do you play other kinds of games? Does she play girly games? She probably plays girly games like Wii Fit. What a dummy, And so it's automatically, there's this, like, whoa, she's a girl. Girls don't usually like video games. Whoa, we have to see if she's a real gamer. So, and that's another thing that we will get to later. There's some schmutz in my computer. Oh god, where am I going with this? Where's my brain? It ran away. Okay, so, anyways, there's this assumption that since you're a girl, you don't inherently like video games, like that's something that boys are born to like, which is ridiculous because video games have not been around very long. There's nothing innately male about video games, but there's just this assumption that, girls don't like video games, and if they do, they have to prove themselves as being a real gamer. Whereas if you're a girl and maybe you just like playing video games sometimes, maybe you're not super great, but maybe you just like playing them, then you're not a true gamer because you have to like these games, like Call of Duty and blah blah blah, whereas other games aren't quite as valid, And also, I'm sure you've seen something like this. So it has something where it's got a picture of a chick and she's wearing like knee-high socks, colorful socks, and got her whatever in a disarray and whatever, and she looks cute and she's playing video games and she's, I don't even know, got like pigtails or something and is like, how do I play this game? Like in the picture. And then it says that's like, what is it? Something like girl gamer or something. And then the other picture is the chick and she's like getting mad wearing sweatpants and is like, oh my god, I hate this game, and was like playing shoot 'em up games or something, and then the other one's like, this is a real gamer, this is a real girl gamer. Like when guys say they like video games, it's like, oh, okay, cool. When girls say they like video games, then it's all of a sudden, oh, are you a real girl gamer, or are you just saying that to get guys or something because that's what... you see my point? Like, it's different because it's just like, we're not allowed to like video games. We have to prove ourselves as liking video games, which means we have to be good at them, which means we have to like certain games, which means we have to dress a certain way and act a certain way. Whereas if guys like video games, okay, cool, and that's the end of it. It's just, that's it, And so, like, it's just, like, if some dude goes to a video game tournament, he's just gonna be like, cool, I'll just have some fun, play some video games, whatever. If a girl goes to a video game tournament, now all of a sudden, oh, she's a girl and she plays video games? Whoa, now all of a sudden, like, you have to prove yourself as being worthy of video games. Like, there's some godly thing that only males are allowed to like. Like, what the hell? And it's not okay. because actually, statistically, like, I think it's like, I mean, don't quote me on this, but something like 47% of the video games that are played by females. So essentially half, which makes sense because we're about half the population. So maybe it's a little bit less, but that could possibly be because women are paid less and video games are so expensive. Have you seen video games lately? Like, I'm looking at a 3DS and I just want to play the new Pokemon games. That's really all I want in life. And I have to get a 3DS. I have to get the Pokemon games. It used to be that Pokemon games were like $30. Now, what are they, like 60? Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't actually know. I haven't bought a new Pokemon game in a really long time because I haven't had a goddamn 3DS. But like, I'm looking at like used ones and they're like $100 and I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's not a lot. But it's more than I feel like paying, you know? Like, it's just like, nah, man. And so, it's just like, they're so expensive. But anyways, back to the point, it's just, it's just like a whole, like, you have to prove yourself as a woman as being worthy of said video games, whereas guys are allowed to inherently like them, which is so not true because, like, well, I mean, number one, I don't believe that gender really makes any difference on your personality or your brain function. So, I mean, we have different hormone levels. But that's essentially it. Like, that just means we have a little less testosterone and stuff. Like, and I mean, women still have testosterone unless you're taking birth control, which is a whole nother thing, and I will get to that. I'm very mad about it. But anyways, so, what am I saying? Oh my god, my brain's gone again. No, so there's nothing that makes, like, men smart at math and women smart at art and that kind of, like, it's not a thing. Like, it just biologically is literally not a thing. Like, you can argue that, like, women used to be the gatherers and the men are the blah blah blah, so they, men are more angry, but I don't think that's why they're more angry, but I'll get to that later. But anyways, it's just like, there's nothing biologically different about males and females that means that males like video games more. Which essentially, when people treat it that way, that means that men are allowed to like video games more and more freely, whereas women, like, unless you're really good, you're probably not going to talk about liking video games that much. I mean, I talk about liking video games, but I talk about it seldomly. I mostly talk about it with other females / males that I know pretty well, because otherwise it's gonna be all like, whoa, you don't like Call of Duty? Is that too hard for you? Oh, poor little girl that doesn't know how to play video games. When really, that's just not my type of thing. I'm not into first-person shooters. That's just not my thing, And it's totally valid that it's not my thing, but it would be more valid if I was a man, quote unquote, more valid. So that's just all I wanted to talk about today. So just keep that in mind when you're out on your daily business. So, yeah, especially if you're a dude. Not saying that all dudes are bad. Oh my god. Don't get all freaked out about it. Like, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Like, you're fine. I'm not saying that, I don't even know, but just like, don't worry your pretty little head about it. It's fine. Just know that, like, since you're male and if you're a white male, you're probably not in an oppressed group unless you're gay, slash queer, whatever you the hell. But if you're straight, cis, gendered, white, and male, you are probably not in any oppressed group. So it's kind of your job to fix all this shit. So that's my feelings. So here's my shit, and help me fix it, because I'm been yelling about it for years and it hasn't really changed much. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents, and I hope you enjoy it.